Such a noble and good kitty friend. Hello, friends. My name's host Eric. I'm the host of Talking with Famous People, and I'm hanging out tonight with my very, very important kitty friend and my equally important human friend, even more important, frankly, who goes by the name of Rachel Apollosa.
Hello.
Now, I want to share with you all this. It just fell out of kitty. This is a genuine kitty whisker. I want you to feel it. Rachel, it's very creepy. It's a kitty whisker.
Beautiful.
You have beautiful kitty whisker. You want it back? What are you going to do with it now, kitty? That doesn't make any sense.
Uh-oh. You're just so good and true and just make fun, especially I can't help it. But am I going to mess around with it?
Yeah, she's going to play Stand by the Door Kitty. Stand by the Door Kitty is a variant of In and Out Kitty. Okay, just it's equally irritating, maybe even more irritating than In and Out Kitty. Where she goes and stands by the door, you open it, and then she insists on continuing to stand on the inside of the door, not deciding whether or not she wants to go out or stay inside. She just plays Stand by the Door Kitty. Well,
she's just standing there still?
Yep. So anyway, we're doing the laundry right now. We just finished watching Endgame, the sequel to Infinity War. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to close this door now. You guys decided on it. So if you'd like to discuss any laundry-related matters, how to spell the word laundry, what laundry is, your favorite kind of laundry soap, or any other laundry-related issues, tonight's the stream to do that in. Tomorrow I'm going to end up going to the pharmacy and getting my prescription for Adderall. And once that happens, well, things will be a little different around here, I guess you could say. A little bit more zesty, a little bit more spicy. It's likely to be the case anyway.
It's always spicy.
It's always spicy?
Yeah.
My biggest concern about going back on Adderall is that Rachel Lapalosa might be somewhat less attended to by me when I'm on it. I don't want her to be any less happy than she is right now at any point. Only as happy or more happy.
See how it goes.
We'll see how it goes. Yeah. So,
I also respect your cycles and stuff, but if I do feel at any point, I will let you know.
Thank you.
That's fair, right?
Of course. Yeah. I appreciate that. Rachel and I are able to talk to each other, and I'm open to critique. I'm aware that there's some legitimate changes in me that somebody might not really like very much. I probably am less emotionally connected. She's probably going to feel a little bit of emotional disconnection from me for the next couple of days,
Yeah.
But we may feel more of a work connection. I don't know. It depends what we end up working on.
Yeah.
I want to do some projects together with Rachel for sure.
Yeah, I do too.
We really haven't done many yet. We're made to work together. We're a great team.
Yeah.
Good bong rip. Excellent bar rib. So I think, while I'm waiting to see if anybody shows up here, I'm going to. I'm just going to strum the guitar a bit, play a few songs, kill a little time. We've got, I figure, an hour until we. Just killing time, waiting for someone to arrive. I'll wait and see if anybody wants to hang out with me, 'cause we are moving laundry inside the house. Yeah, Richland, I know how to clean clothes if we don't periodically do the laundry. Wash the clothes under those. And what's a big problem that you can't endure? You seem so sure it's not appropriate claiming to blame things on Scott. You definitely got you reframing for him. I gotta see how to play that song. I don't remember how to play it. I have a video, unfortunately, called "How to Play What's the Big Problem," which is nice. Rachel has been back here for a while now. Every day just brighter than the one before. Rachel escaped Long Island just before the virus shut down all the stores. And now she's here with me. Rachel Appaloosa and me, living in the land of Arcady. For Jack and Jacqueline, but on the check for a highway, filling up with gasoline. Fidel Castro's brother's boys, a rich lady is crying over luxury's disappointments, so he walks over and he's trying to sympathize with her, but he thinks that he should warn her that the third world is just around the corner. In the Soviet Union, A scientist is blinded by the resumption of nuclear testing, and he is reminded that Dr. Robert Oppenheimer's optimism fell. First hurdle. In the cheese pavilion, and the only noise I hear is the sound of someone stacking chairs and mopping up spilled beer, and someone asking questions and basking in the light of the 15 pain-filled minutes with the fanzine writer. One leap forward, two leaps back, where politics give me the rack, waiting for the great leap forward. Waiting for the great leap forward. Thanks, Rachel, darling.
Welcome.
So, we're still doing the laundry. Obviously, not the sort of live stream that really attracts a mass of people. Laundry in the live stream. It's not the sort of title that really inspires fear into the hearts of men. But Isaac Roddy, to respond to your question, how is it going? I will say that it is going well. I wouldn't even go to say it so far as to say it's going exceedingly well. Rachel and I are gleefully happy with one another. Almost ridiculously so. And tomorrow I get my speed.
Yeah.
So I'm going to kick things into high gear a bit. We're going to make shit happen. Like things that are snapping. If I had the Infinity Gauntlet, I'd just snap my fingers and all the laundry would already be done. Of course, it would kill me to use the Infinity Gauntlet, so that probably wouldn't be a good deal. But,
That's a pretty good one, though.
After all, he brought all those people back to life and survived it.
True.
Did I used to teach? I still teach. I taught today, in fact. I taught from 4 to 6 p.m. grammar to my clients, Chloe and Jeffrey. But yeah, I used to be a classroom teacher. I used to teach middle school and high school. I taught 5th grade as well. Middle school critical thinking, 5th grade English, middle school English. And of course, high school and middle school speaking debate. Hi, Octavio Silva. Which dairy product are you made entirely of today? Is it yogurt? Absolutely half and half, huh? Wow. Well, it's not bad. It's not a bad choice. There was a 5th hidden choice, heavy whipping cream. I didn't convey to you, but now that you're aware that 5th hidden choice was available, would you have chosen it had you known that it was available? Me too, Isaac Roddy. Both you and I are into heavy whipping. Cream, that is. Cream. Okay, don't get any sexual ideas here. When I was a kid, I used to make my own whipping cream in the Cuisinart. It's very easy. You just put your heavy cream in the Cuisinart, and you turn it on, and it turns to whipped cream. You just put some sugar in there to make it extra sweet. It's delicious, as they say in Chinese. So, you guys want to see some really nice weed? I don't know if you're really going to be able to see it. I'm going to try to get the light over here a bit more, and maybe you'll be able to see how nice this weed is we got today. This is some very pretty weed. It's also good smoking weed and everything, It's not just pretty, but damn is it pretty, though.
Yeah, it is. It's the pee of weed.
Yeah, it is.
Kitty queen. Kitty queen. Yeah, that's...
Let's see. Let me put it against this. Let's see. I don't know if you can really see it here. It's very crystally. You can't really see it. This camera's not good enough. If you could see it, your mouth would water and drool at the sight of it. And you'd say, yum, that looks good. A guy on Tinder just messaged me saying, how are you F-ing? F-filing? Leave your type listed in my bio. How are you F-filing? I mean, feeling? That's funny. That's clever. That guy should get some sort of award for cognitive function knowledge. Is his name Barbizon? I imagine his name being Barbizon. It's pretty charming. Rachel, would you like this bong rip?
Please.
She's like, will you guys stop getting up and down?
No.
I'm trying to sit here and chill, and you guys keep moving around.
Just like, I'm even trying to get you guys so you can get me.
I'm good at guessing that sort of thing. I just intuited it. This guy's name that Octavia's referring to, his name is Barbizon. And I was right. After you smoke that weed, you'll be folding the dishes. This is some good weed, but it's not like shockingly strong exactly. It smokes really well and it tastes good and it's stony. It's plenty stony. We got some other stuff today too.
It definitely is stony. I feel like, it's really strong when my eyes turn red because they rarely do.
Right. That's true. That's true.
Same you. I don't think I really.
Yeah, my eyes don't really turn red either. Not a lot of guys in the world named Barbizon, so that's what makes it such a good guess, right?
It's a great guess.
Mm-hmm.
It's really reaching.
Yeah, it's just like, wow, Eric, that is amazing. How did you guess that? Well, I don't know. It's the same way I read the tarot with my magical mind powers. Kitty, do you really want to go outside, or are you just plain stare at the door? I have my serious doubts, Kitty. I have serious doubts that you're serious. Here we go again. We have another round of Stand by the Door, Kitty, which is one of my two least favorite games in the world. Stand by the Door, Kitty is one of my least favorite games. Followed by, of course, In and Out Kitty, with her head out the door and the rest of her body inside the door, with the door open so the cold air comes in. And we go over there and we say to her, you make a choice, Capio. You make a choice as to which way you want to go, inside or outside.
Yep.
And she just said, I don't want to make a choice. I want to stand here with the door open like this.
Yeah.
Well, Capio, in or out, Kitty? The air is literally freezing my shins right now. These shins that you can see on the screen are being frozen by the freezing air coming into this door. You can't see the cold, but if you could, it'd be little waves of blue lines coming at my legs. That's how cold it is outside tonight. Rachel will attest to the fact that it is very cold outside.
It really is. Even when we went for the walk.
Mm-hmm. I had to put on a heavy jacket and a hat just to go on a walk. Well, you can see how persistent Kitty is at this game of hers that she enjoys so much. She's still sitting here playing Stand by the Door, Kitty. If I weren't smoking, it would be unacceptable. Lucky for you, I'm smoking, Kitty. Lucky for you, I'm smoking.
Yeah.
Maybe she's just smelling the air and doesn't want to go out.
Maybe.
Well, maybe that is the case, Octavia Silva, but we don't want to have all this cold air coming in, you know? Of course, you could be being a guard kitty. Maybe there's something outside that we need to watch out about.
Could be.
Let's see if guard kitty is filling us in on some secret thing outside. I don't see anything.
Sometimes I think she likes to look out there, so to let the other kitties know, like, hey, look where I am. I see you.
Yeah. Oh, she's making a go for it here. Now she's out, kitty.
Let's see how long it lasts.
She won't let me close the door. She starts backing back in when I close the door.
That's funny.
She wants to stand outside but have the door open. All right, now she's back in. She's elected against the outside. Oh, no, she's still standing by the door, kitty. So if you've got a kitty who makes you do this at home, take solace in the fact that you're not alone. I also suffer from this. You're not alone. Your cat is not the only cat who's selfish about the door. We should put a doggy door in this door, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, but then the other kitties will go in too.
Oh, yeah, you're right about that. That's good to eat, Rachel. It's better to eat than me on that one.
Thanks.
Are you out of food, darling? I'm sorry. Let me give you some more food. Okay. Oh no! You fell onto the ground. Is everybody okay? Did anybody get hurt? Falling onto the ground? Octavia, are you okay? Octavia, speak to me! We just saw Endgame tonight. We saw Endgame, and I would say it was quite a good movie, quite entertaining most of the way through. The end part was pretty slow. The denouement of the movie, as they say in French. But I think Rachel enjoyed it, having just watched Endgame, watched Infinity War last night.
I like both of them a lot, actually.
Yeah, so I think I will probably play a few songs here tonight, just because I'm sort of killing time, letting the laundry do its thing for bed. I got greedy earlier and had sexual intercourse, so I won't be having it tonight before bed. I could have saved it for tonight, but I got overly eager and was just like, fuck it, I want to have sex right now. And I did, and it was great. Anyway, so as a consequence, there's not really anything to do while the laundry's
LOL.
while the laundry's doing. So
that's a good thing to do while the laundry is
doing. Yeah. You know. Oh, PNP sitting on top of the couch now, looking very noble and pure and good and true and just.
Yes.
You can see the justice in her, can't you?
There's a lot of justice there.
Yeah, we finished watching Infinity War last night, and then we watched Endgame tonight. The other thing we did today was we drove down to Venice Beach to get weed, and at a store down there. That's where we got this special weed, and
special. I like it.
And we also walked around Venice Beach some. All things considered.
A lot of people, yeah. It's true. None of the stores were open. There was still a lot of people on the sidewalk.
And we came home and we made eggs and bacon for lunch, which was quite delicious. Mm-hmm. And we made hamburgers for dinner, which were quite delicious, I think. Even though they were a little rarer than I would have ideally wanted them to be.
They're so good. Really, I was very surprised. Yeah. The cheese, like, I don't know.
Yeah, they were good. They were good. Is it chaos in California with the virus? I wouldn't call it chaos at all. I'd call it, good night, Octavio.
Good night, Octavio.
I would call it, a waiting period. Around this neighborhood in Arcadia, there's all sorts of people. Octavia says, good night, Rachel.
Oh.
And a lot of people walking around the neighborhood, strolling with their dogs, strolling with their kids, riding their bikes. I've never seen the neighborhood quite so lively with pedestrians. So it doesn't seem to really bother us that much. There's not a lot of shit that we want to do that we can't do, really. So it's not really impacting us very much, but obviously it's impacting a lot of people a lot more than us. Yeah. Tomorrow will be an interesting day. I think once I get added up, maybe one of the first things we should do, Rachel, is sort of finish organizing this place around here a bit.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Reorganizing. And,
yeah, as soon as you start that sentence, I was like, the room.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good though.
And to the extent that you have preferences and stuff as to what we do and such, I want you to have input in that tomorrow for sure.
Cool.
Thank
you for letting me know.
Of course, my darling. So, pretty dull live stream here tonight, but that's fine. Tomorrow things will get a little bit more exciting, I suspect. And I think I'm going to play a couple of songs here on the guitar now. When I was younger, it seemed that everything gleamed. I don't know what happened to me, but I've lost that sense of urgency, and I don't think that I'll ever hear it again. If you follow my lead, you'll discover I'm loster than you. And you'll want to know the way to get back at you, wherever it was you thought you knew. And tomorrow will be just like today. I'll be lost in too. Hi, Kevin Mom. It's a matter of mood as much as a matter of will. And the things I do and the direction I point to still seem a part of me, though departedly, and I wonder if I'll ever see them again. So how's it going with you, Kevin Long? What you got going on? Have you got going on a lot of things? Are you made out of the moistest of materials, the dampest of cloths? Are you seeping wetness onto all of your towels constantly? Is that what you're doing right now, Kevin Long? You don't need to lie to me. You don't need to hide the truth any longer. You're touching yourself, aren't you? Mm-hmm. On top of your head, like this. You are, aren't you? Work's been rough with this virus. Yeah, sure it is. For most people, it's rough indeed. I had a couple hours of work today, but my amount of work has gone down as well. What do you do, Kevin Long? If you're a waiter, you're really fucked. Now, what did I do with that propane torch of mine? I left it over there, silly guy. I'll be right back. Left my cup of coffee over there too, because I'm a truly silly goose.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of goose are you, Kevin Long? I'm curious about the type, the nature, and extent of your goosery. I'm going to transubstantiate you this bong rip as well as a special welcoming gift here to you tonight. Kevin Long, I hereby transubstantiate you this bong rip. And I remember what this means, Kevin Long, is that while my lungs will process the smoke, you'll get all of the high. So if you're driving, please pull over if you're not accustomed to getting high. I'm a bong rip transubstantiator. Well, I'm a debate coach. I coach competition flow debate. I also teach English in a pinch, which is what I did today. I used to be an English teacher. But I'm mostly employed as a debate coach. The thing is, what they did with this virus is they canceled all the end of the year debate tournaments, which I normally would be working with my clients. Oops, sorry, PP. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I was stretching out big American male style and accidentally struck my cat.
Mm-hmm. And she's looking beautiful as always.
Are you a wet nurse, Kevin Long? That would be impressive if you were a wet nurse. You'd really be making full use of your boobs if you were a wet nurse. So, it says here, going well. Work's been rough with this virus. I'm a part-time mechanic and nurse. Yeah, I'm a debate coach who's also part-time, basically. There was a stretch time earlier this year when I was taking care of my mom when she was living here, and then my dad decided to move her into a nursing home. I've just been sort of chilling here ever since, living life of a spoiled kid, kind of. Loving it, frankly. Loving every minute of it. It's great. Rachel and I just hang out all day and do our thing and chat with Dad for an hour or so every day, and that's kind of our job. Chat with Dad for an hour a day or so.
It's nice.
It's a nice job, yeah. It's.
I like your dad's stories and his political opinions.
Yeah. My dad's got a lot of interesting stories. You know, he was telling us about this guy who, or he was telling me about this guy who, Walt Hangren or something like that. Anyways,
You know better than I do.
my dad has this book. You know, he told me this story.
Yeah.
Right? He told me the story about this guy who died at Le Mans and how he was there at the hospital with them, holding the guy's widow's hand as the doctor came out and said, you know, your husband's dead. There's nothing bigger than the size of a quarter left of his skull. It was all crashed into a million pieces. I'd heard that story a couple times before, you know, but I asked him about it the other night, and he busted out this book on this guy that mentions my dad in it. Just has his name one time, just mentions him once. At the very end, during the death part, it mentions that David Strauss was there and went with them. And
yeah, your mom had highlighted it and like marked it off and everything.
yeah, my mom had highlighted it and marked it off.
It's cool.
So I was, you know, it's like I always believed my dad. I didn't have any reason to doubt him, but it's nice to see like substantiation of some of these things and realize, oh, he's really not shitting me at all. He was really there at Le Mans and did this crazy ass shit, you know?
Yeah.
So that's an interesting reality. My dad's got a lot of interesting stories. Did a lot of interesting stuff. He was there, that Ford versus Ferrari movie. He was there, you know, at Le Mans in '66. He was there in the pit when BB made that decision to have them all finish in the pointed arrow thing. And oh, good. I'm glad to hear it, Bacon. He was there. He knew BB, the bad guy in that film. Like BB had talked to him, and he thought BB was a good guy. You know, my dad did. He knew the drivers were pissed about the decision, but
yeah, I thought that was interesting too. That your dad saw like BB in like a good light.
yeah, totally different light than the movie makes him out to be.
Yeah.
So, what is it about the philosophy class you feel is helping you understand my approach to cognitive functions, Bacon? Oh, yeah. Yeah. So basically, talking to you about like set theory. Set theory is implicit in all philosophy because it says, okay, there are relationships between sets, objects and objects out of sets. And sets can be considered fields, essentially. And so you're talking about objects, fields, vectors. It's like no matter what kind of philosophy you're doing, it can be broken down to that. Truth is an interesting subject in general because, of course, my position on truth is that whereas validity is universal and absolute, truth is relative and absolute. So what I mean by that is it's something that's assigned as a value temporarily to a given statement for the purposes of argumentation, but it doesn't. That the truth of the or falsehood of the statement is always going to be contextual. In other words, there is no statement that's true without a context to compare it against. You have an ENFP daughter. What are your thoughts on ENFPs? I mean, the thing is, my thoughts on ENFPs are that I like them a lot. I identify with them a lot. I find them, ENFPs and I can always get along by sort of riffing with jokes and stuff. But when we disagree about something, it's like fist to fist, head to head, battle time because they got the FI tool, I got the TI tool. It's just we're never gonna agree on how to resolve the question in dispute is the problem. We'll always resolve it in contradictory ways. I mean, that's not true. Let me correct that. They're not always contradictory. But if there's an issue in dispute, probably that conflict will carry through to the adjudication method or metric or whatever you want to call it, which is like, are you going to calculate against an interested calculus or a disinterested calculus? And ENFPs are going to always want to calculate against that interested calculus. It's going to annoy ENTPs and vice versa. If you know what I'm saying, dog. If you know what I'm saying, dog. Do you know what I'm saying, dog? Do you know what I'm saying, dog? Oh, yeah, I think he knows what I'm saying. He has knowledge of the words that I speak. Do you know what I'm saying, dog? You like that song? Do you know what I'm saying, dog? Okay, I'm going to give you guys both I'm going to give everybody a quick glimpse of two extraordinarily special ladies. Here's extraordinarily special lady number one. Here's extraordinarily special lady number two. Okay. You just got to see two of the most extraordinarily special ladies you're ever going to see. What's the difference between FI and TI? FI is an interested calculus, which means I'm determining what I want. I have a good example of an FI logic question, a question that is best served by having good FI logic. From the other night when Taylor texted me and said, do you want a live stream? I didn't text him back. In that case, I had to make a calculation. It's like, I don't want to leave him hanging, and I want to be like a good friend and text him back and say, no, I'm not really feeling this tonight. But I know if I did do that, that I would hear a bunch of, come on, bro, pussy, don't puss out, bro, and all that other ESTP shit that I didn't feel like hearing. So I picked up the phone, I looked at the message, and I kind of like, and then Rachel's like, who's that on your phone? Is that your new girlfriend? And I said, no, it's Taylor. And the reason I look like that face I was making is because I'm having to use FI logic, which is which do I want more? Do I want to be a good friend and meow the meow and all that shit? Or do I want to avoid the unpleasantness that I don't want to deal with? And the answer was, because I'm a 7 probably, number 2. So I just just put the phone back down over there and just not think about it. ENFPs probably do project their emotions more than anybody. I think that's fair to say. I think ESFPs project their emotions as thoughts more than anybody. ENFPs are much more aware their emotions are emotions, so that's a good thing. ESFPs can be somewhat difficult to deal with sometimes because they mistake their emotions for thoughts, and that can be frustrating. I mean, they think that because they say thinking style words that it's the same thing as thinking. They don't understand that there's a process behind it, or why that process is valuable, or what the purpose of it is, or anything like that. So they tend to be ESFPs are of all the types. The most likely to say talk is cheap. Trump's an ESFP. I thought for a long time he was an ESTP, but I was wrong. He's an ESFP for sure. The perfect example of what happens when you get an ESFP is president. You hate being pinned between two desires. Well, yeah, it's not it's not necessarily an easy calculation. Another example of an FI logic would be like one time Sauce was saying, he's an ENFP, was saying like and too much, and it was annoying me. And I wanted him to stop. But I also was concerned about his feelings, and I wanted to tell him in some way that didn't really hurt his feelings very much, or make sure I told him privately or something. I don't remember what I ended up doing, but I remember it being one of those situations where I had to do some FI logic processing. TI logic, on the other hand, says, is it justified to critique him? Well, his verbal tick is annoying everybody else, so yes. Therefore, it's justified. So just tell him, I don't appreciate the fact that you're always doing that because it's annoying and it's filling my audio space with a bunch of filler words that I don't appreciate. I don't say anything and it make me feel icky, so please stop doing it. It's like that's what a TI approach wouldn't care about the other person's feelings at all, because it would just say, well, you are in the wrong, and so you get to be hammered now. It's very cut and dry, but I'm not that cut and dry. I like to try to think I like to think that I try to incorporate FI considerations in my calculations. Nicholas Watson. Have I ever told you that your name rhymes with Ticklish Dotson? It does. Is that a nickname from your childhood? Do people call you Ticklish Dotson a lot? Eventually, you became Ticklish Nissan. What my question though is, do people call you Ticklish Dotson? Because that's what I'm going to call you from now on, I think. Well, this is a new channel. It's a brand new channel. I expect it to take a while for people to find me. I haven't done anything to promote the fact that or mention really that I've switched places. I plan to upload videos to talking to famous people, indicating the changes and stuff once I solidify what they are exactly. This is the one that's solidified already. I'm going to live stream from here from now on. Yeah, it's a different channel. So I agree, though. The viewer count had been getting lower and lower on the other channel, which is why I switched channels. I think I'm probably was being suppressed on that channel. They bring you if they were, I probably would be okay with them. But they just went with the TV channel jingle. What was a TV channel jingle? Nicholas Watson? I don't know that TV channel jingle. I like Ticklish Dotson, though. It's a good, you should that should be your internet handle, Ticklish Dotson. Oh. Yes, I am. I'm going to make probably a new channel that's exclusively for personality content. And I plan to upload onto that channel some new personality videos and do some old ones that I had on the other channel, download them, delete them from that channel, upload them onto this channel, or put them on private on that channel or something like that. I don't know. I have to think about exactly how I'm going to do it. Tomorrow I'll have a lot more get up and go get them kind of attitude about things because I get my prescription filled. You should see how frustrated my ESTJ dad gets when we go to dinner with my mom's effie heavy family and take an hour to order. I'd get frustrated with that too. I don't like people messing with my food time in general. it's a source of conflict between me and my dad, actually, because my dad really wants me to eat at regular times so that he can plan meals and stuff. And I hate eating at regular times. We eat when we're hungry. Rachel and I seem to get hungry about the same time.
You do.
Like almost always. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
We're basically sort of we SI together like one person, kind of. It's one or the other of us will remind the other one about food, drink, going to pee, stuff like that.
Yeah. It's good.
It is. It's really good.
It makes it easy since we have like our cycles are like the same.
Yeah. I think it's probably about maybe the laundry done, so I'm gonna go check on it. Do you want to maybe sit over here for a minute or two? If you don't, that's fine. You stay over here. Yeah. Okay. Stay where you are. I'm going to go and move the laundry. I'll be right back. You guys chat amongst yourselves.
Okay.
Well, I put the laundry in the dryer and Thanks, Bacon. I'd be happy to play it right now. The answer is no, I haven't dealt with anybody who's got this disease or has any symptoms from it. And when I called the doctor's office, it said 80% of people have mild or no symptoms. Oh, we need to see. We need to hear. We need to bear happenings down by our means to judge a logic to life we divisively unlike, from which we'll rarely budge. People everywhere gather up in the means, outraged at how they miss the sun. How do they set their priorities? These foreign backstabbing entities into it. Heartache and misery follow necessarily from the savage ways. Insulting, custom, and misery. We're stuck in such petty larceny. We all partition the rectories and call it destruction of the whole damn world. Julie shares now her limits, hoping to lead us to. Jerry shares for 4 minutes. You just can't share things like that. And she soon forgot to buy, but she'll not let Reggie has a chance to buy. Julie soon forgot the voucher, then not although she ought to recall that. People everywhere gather up, enemies outraged at how they miss the sign. How do they set their priorities? These foreign backstabbing when I make a misery, follow necessarily from their savage ways. Insulting, caution, and disarray. We're stuck in such petty larceny. We all partition the rectory, we call it destruction of the whole damn world. Oh, thanks. I messed it up a couple times. I had a couple mess ups in there, but pretty good. Pretty good. Not too bad. That's because people that live together tend to stink up. Once they showed that if you live together long enough with a person, you will adopt the same heart rhythm, even though you're two separate people. Rachel and I are not like that. We don't sync up when we're living together.
That's true, actually.
We're just always that way, you know?
Yeah, because, even when I was in New York, basically every single time we were able to get in contact with each other. That's like a rare thing.
Yeah, we're always able to contact each other. We're always like down to take a nap at the same time.
Yeah.
Even when she was far away from me.
Yeah.
Gerald has a thought. Gerald has a lot. Gerald has a plot to get to Marjorie's tater tots. He's got a good idea for an ancient business. Thinking now about what he'll call Christmas when they hire his firm to change that name. Gerald always thought there'd be chance enough to return to the work left rough. He'd get back to it eventually, but his visions piled up and his plans would interrupt all the work that started off so hopefully. His mind back on his business, then he changed backlist to listless, so how all the people worked out his name. And Gerald knows he understands ever more clearly now. He won't provide explanation regarding the why or the how. He'll see you, I know you from inside your heart. Exciting, delighting, Gerald plays his part. And Gerald tells me there's too much to do. And he had dropped time in the underneath. Too much to rebut. Where, now, and what? Too much time spent in picking the skill with you. Gerald has a thought. Gerald has a lot. Gerald has a plot. Get the margarine's tasty spots. He's got a good idea for a name change of business. Thinking now about what he'll call Christmas when they hire his firm to take that name. Gerald has a thought. That went well. I played that one well.
It sounded great.
Thanks, darling.
Yeah. I'm getting kind of tired.
Why don't you go to bed?
Yeah, I was gonna see if you wanted me to help with the.
Not at all, sweetie. No, I'll just bring in the. When this one's done, I'm gonna bring in the dry clothes out here. I'll put the wet clothes in the dryer, and then I'll come to bed.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. House on the rising sun. Bye, my precious wonder pants.
Bye, my handsome hero.
Sleep like a wonderful angel that you are.
I will. I'll see you later.
Okay, I'll see you in not that long.
You know, even if you're sleeping up here,
Okay, yeah, I'll probably join you. I'm going to join you at least for briefly.
Okay, good. That makes me happy. I love you.
I love you too, darling. Let me look and see what the chords are for this song. Okay, according to this, it's not an E, it's an A. There is a house in New Orleans. They call the rising sun. It's been the ruin of many a poor boy. And God, I know I'm one. Was a tailor. She sewed my new jeans. My father was a gambling man down in New Orleans. The only thing a gambler needs is a suitcase and a trunk. time that he is satisfied is when he's on a drunk. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And that's how they say, oh yeah, in Spanish. Do you know that's how they say, oh yeah, in Spanish? Did you have issues in the beginning learning guitar? I always felt my skill deficit made it hard to make it novel enough for me to keep my interest. Well, I mean, the thing is, you're an ENFP, Bacon, right? Here's the thing. It's like ENTPs, I don't know if this is true for ENFPs as well. ENTPs have this obsession with getting better at shit. It's like, I don't care if I'm good at it as long as I'm getting better at it. The guitar is an interesting instrument because you don't really need to play it well to play well, right? You can just play a simple song and just be trying to play just the chords as well as possible and have it come out really good. Especially if you can sing well, right? You know, like this song's not challenging to play really, but it's a good song and it sounds good if I hit it well, if I play it right. Every life lived reaches a time when the road splits in two. There are times, dark times, times of despair, times when it's hard to feel good. That's when I look for my sack full of solvency and that satchel of helpful goods. Satchel of helpful goods. Satchel of helpful goods. Satchel of helpful goods. Every life lived reaches a time when the road disappears. When I'm there, will there be anybody else around? Will I travel all alone? That's when I look for my sack full of solvency and that satchel of nothing but bones. Satchel of helpful goods. 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 So, you know, it's not a particularly challenging song to play. It's kind of a challenging song to remember because it does kind of counterintuitive things with the chords, I guess. Talking about in terms of where it goes with the chords, not in terms of how to play them. But it's got a very distinct strumming pattern. If I play it exactly right, I play it a certain way with a strumming pattern. And, you know, trying to get the strumming exactly right means probably the singing gets a little bit less right, and vice versa. So life's a mystery, a mysterious dream of translucent wonder. Everybody's sliding left and right all the time. Nobody can tell which direction they're going. Life's great tragedy. Welcome to life's great tragedy. Chase McDowell, are you still here, or have you already left? Well, 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 indeed. That's what we say in Germany, is well, well, well. I'm going to smoke this bong rip now. Il bong ripu. The other thing is, a lot of times when I'm playing the guitar, I'm not playing just one thing and practicing it. I'm doodling around, you know. When I'm playing on here, I tend to try to play songs because it's a little bit less self-indulgent than doodling around. But if I'm just playing the guitar, a lot of times I'm I like try to work on something like that as a little loop or something if I had drums playing on the other underneath it, you know. I spend a lot of time doing shit like that, you know. You know, whatever. So it's like the reason I learned to play the guitar is because I'd half-ass learn a bunch of little things like that and try to play it. If I couldn't quite play it, if I had an idea in my head, I'd just sort of make it happen, sort of, until I got sick of trying to make it happen, and then I'd move on to something else. If you're having trouble ideating, the best thing you can do probably is to just put up a, you know, practice drums track or whatever. Like YouTube's got plenty of drum only tracks that you can play along with. Drums, you put drums BPM, drums track BPM. Like, you know, you can get a 120 BPM rock beat. It's like this. Pretty straightforward. Oh yeah, it's a rock beat in 4/4. Oh yeah, it's a rock beat in 4/4. And then you can play on the guitar and play out stuff that you want to play. It's a rock beat. Rock and roll, rock and roll. jamming out to a beat is a good thing to do. You can make up stuff as you go along too, and then you'll be happy that you do what you do, and then you go, hey, I think that's boo. Plenty of opportunity. Yeah, if you just jam out. You could make up lots of songs as you learn to play along. You just got to sing and strum away like some dummy rolling in the hay. Before you know it, you'll have lots of songs and find that you can sing along, playing the drums and making shit up. You learn to trust yourself, your instincts now, my friend. If it sounds familiar, go ahead and keep it. Don't toss it in the recycle bin. You can just strum along and pick yourself a brand new song if you like. It's alright. You don't got to be consumed by fright tonight. One of the most important things that a person can do if they learn to play the guitar is to ensure that with beats they ensue, staying in time, like a metronome that knows how to rhyme, like somebody who has shoes that need to shine. It's kind of difficult at first. When you're playing along the drums, you'll start speeding up too much or slowing down too much. It's something that's very important to learn how to do and be in the slot, in the pocket, you know? Oh, the matter with Chad is he terribly bad? Is he very like Dan? Is a terrible man? He's sort of like Jill. He can't pay a bill. Rather like Jack. He's stuck on the pouch. What's the matter with Sue? Will she know what to do when they bring attitude? Will she show ingenuity? I don't have that one memorized. But you see, like playing with beats, you can make up all sorts of random shit if you want. It's easy. It's like just whatever. It suggests stuff. It sounds like a rock to me. Sounds like a rock rhythm, yeah. Rockin' super hard. You know, it's like it suggests shit, you know? Like, that beat suggests very different stuff than, not this one. I don't like that guy. Let me find a better one. So, you know, that straightforward kind of rock beat is fine, but it's not the only kind of beat there. It's like this one. Like a reggae beat, right? I've never heard this beat before, but it's pretty cool. What's Larry David's type in an Negro? I suspect Larry David's INTP. That would seem to me the most logical type for heat. I would say the Larry David type is INTP. That would seem the most logical type to you and me. I would say the Larry David type is INTP. That would seem the most logical type to you and me. I would say the Larry David type is INTP. An equal type of no fucking idea. G, and I would say the Larry David type is INTP. I mean INTP. That's the type for E. I'd say Larry David is an INTP. He's laying in a TP, but he's not like you and me. He's Larry David and G. With is he important? Just like a guy named Morton who started the salt company a long time ago. Most important Morton in history, yo. Just INTP is the type for Larry David. If you disagree, then I'll change your name to Maven. And once you're Maven, then you'll be sad. Cause everybody knows that every Maven is bad. You can breathe easy, cause I found Bacchus and Ticklish Dodson are here. You can breathe easy, cause I found bacon and a bunch of Ticklish Dodsons around here. Too many Ticklish Dachshund dogs with Dodson cars in their yards and bars of hearts. With the stars contracted in the nards. How unfortunate for their nards, which can no longer breathe. Bopping along to this reggae song where the light is bright and the love is strong. Breathe, you know, people vote accurately called database G, cause that's the way that you and me make reggae songs in the bright blue sea. Ooh, right. Cheers, Watson. Don't forget you're a Ticklish Dodson. What type is Elvis Presley? He's got to be an ESFP, I bet. Because he married like a 14-year-old or something. Right, didn't he? When he was like 30 or something. What a weirdo. Lemons and eggs, melons and bread. Sing a song and go to bed. Bopping along to this reggae song where the light is bright and love is strong. Ooh, right, cheers. Watson, now you're with that Ticklish Dodson cow, and everybody thinks that you are the best at what you are. Loving this collab improv. Ha 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 ha. Elon Musk-based song traveling back to his home planet. New drum beat. Okay, fine. Gotcha. I gotcha. Oh, yeah. Bring the funk. Everybody bring that funk. Gotta bring the funk. I just heard it way out of tune now. Hello, everyone who's here tonight. Looks like 7 of you came to fight. I will fight you after this song, but until then, please sing along. I love everybody who's here. Don't think that I think you're clear. It means that you want to be sad. I know that you don't like anything that's bad, so it's okay if you want to dance or waltz with me. Even though this song is not remotely in free. Well, that's the end of that song. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a song that I constructed out of drum beats and cheese. I'm an expert song constructor like that. All it requires is drum beats and cheese, and I've got a song made, ready to go, ready to play. Would anybody like to play patty cake with me? Patty cake, patty cake, baker's man. Bake me a cake as quickly as you are able to, please, as I am in a hurry to acquire the cake and bring it home with me, whereupon I and my family anticipate eating the cake, naturally, as one is wont to do with one's cake purchases. If you are not familiar with the art of purchasing cakes, you're missing out. They have it, it's now an Olympic sport. Little known fact. Lots of little known facts around here. Well, whatever it is you're doing, you got to practice it. I just lit my fart on fire. It's taken me a while to remember to do that when I fart. It takes practice. It doesn't happen instantly. There's no pot in here, so that's not going to do any good. That's not a good way to smoke pot. Same sort of thing, you see. Hand 5 is your favorite cake a cheesecake? I would say yeah, actually. I would say my favorite cake is cheesecake. The answer is yes. You will get Trump money if you believe hard enough. That's the one condition on the Trump money. You have to believe hard enough. I don't know if you're believing hard enough right now, so you're probably not going to get it. But if you believe harder, then here's the thing a lot of people don't know. If you believe hard enough, anything, literally anything, is possible. Okay? A lot of people don't know that. I do, and I'm here to share the wisdom with you. If you believe hard enough, anything is possible. See? You're not believing hard enough. Those scoundrels. Let's shake our fists at them. Guys, remember, all it takes is a positive attitude. Okay? Just let your past go. Okay? Are you inspired now? Yeah. It's nothing but pure FE right there. The FE is right there for you to be earnest about, to take home your earnestness bank. Me? What type is coronavirus? ESFP, obviously. What type is your mom's face? Breathe easy. That's a better question. It's a question I need the answer to. No. I think cloud's a great example. Of an ESFP. You mean reading like a book or out loud or something? Like, just then, Jason walked into the room. It was quiet, dark. A chill went up his spine. Then Dracula came out and stabbed him in the neck with his long teeth and sucked all of his blood out, and he was dead. And he didn't really think anything after that. The end. Terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. Now listen. Listen as I terrify you further. I'm going to go inside in a second and put the laundry in the dryer and bring the dry clothes out here. Then I think I'm going to lie down here and tell you guys all a very sultry bedtime story. I think you're going to like it a lot. So hold on to your panties, because I'm going to be back in a minute. And then I'm going to tell you guys a wonderful bedtime story. First, I'm going to go put the laundry away. I'm going to do the laundry thing I said I was going to do. Well. Getting ready for a bedtime story. That's right. We're going to have a lot of fun telling this bedtime story. Got our candle on. No, Desert INTJ, that's not right. ENTPs have conflict over INTJs because the kind of singular truth that INTJs like is not the same as the kind that ENTPs like. And they have conflict over who's right all the time. Whereas it doesn't have with INFJs because the whole FE thing. Okay. Story time. All right. Once there was, let me turn off this other light. Is that better lighting or worse lighting? Well, that's good enough. Yeah, just for everything. Right. Let's try it down here. Is that better? So it might be a little bit better. I don't know. That's a little bit better. Okay. So, once upon a time, there was this arms dealer with a heart of gold named Corduroy. And Corduroy, even though he's an arms dealer, like I said, he had a heart of gold. And he didn't really like his job being an arms dealer. He tried to limit his arms dealings to like drug cartels and stuff, and not to people who wanted to like do big mass shootings or whatever. But he still felt bad. And one day he was at the local pub, because he lives in London, England, you see. And he was having a pint of his favorite beer there and lamenting to the bartender, who was his friend from a long time back. His name was Joe. And Corduroy, even though he was living in London, he was an American. And he said, "Joe, I don't know. I'm tired of the arms dealing business. I'm tired of selling guns. I'm tired of dealing with these terrorists and these cutthroats. I'm tired of dealing with criminals. I don't feel good about my work. I don't feel like I'm doing humanity good work being an illegal arms dealer." And Joey, his friend, said, "Well, Corduroy," because Joey was kind of Irish or something. "Well, Corduroy," he said, "perhaps what you need is a leprechaun." And Corduroy's like, "Yeah, I sure could use a leprechaun, that's right. Well, unfortunately, I don't think there are going to be no leprechauns around here. I'm Corduroy. I'm not some sort of magical Irish person." And Joey says, "Oh, it ain't just the luck of the Irish that gets blessed by the leprechaun sometimes, my friend." And he gives him a wink and there's a special twinkle in his eye. And Corduroy says, "Are you coming on to me?" And Joey says, No, Corduroy, no. That's a little bit of the Irish magic for you. And so Corduroy finishes his beer and he leaves the pub. And as he's walking down the sidewalk, going back to his flat in London, England, he's not really watching where he's going. He's looking over his shoulder because this hot chick passed him by and he wants to check out her butt. And he bumps into somebody. In fact, he doesn't just bump into him, he trips and falls on top of him. It's somebody considerably smaller than he is. And when he's like, oh, I'm sorry. And he grabs the person and rolls him over. And what is it? It's a leprechaun, just like the guy said in the bar. And the leprechaun says, all right, you got me. You've got a choice, one wish or me pot of gold. And Corduroy goes, what? A leprechaun? But this leprechaun here, it's clearly not like a little person dressed up like a leprechaun or something. It's clearly a magical leprechaun. You can just tell. It's like there's no human being would look like this. It's like 3 feet tall, with a little cherub face with ridiculously rosy cheeks that stick out, and a little pipe and a little hat, and it practically sparkles with magical energy. And so, Corduroy doesn't really have any choice but to believe that, in fact, this leprechaun is a real leprechaun. He goes, I just wish I just wish I had a different life without any arms dealing. And the leprechaun says, your wish be granted. And bling, and all of a sudden, Corduroy finds himself falling through some very cold clouds, and landing into a big drift of snow. And he's like, what? Where am I? And he gets up and he brushes off the snow, and he looks around, and all he sees all around him is just kind of a blizzardy snowstorm happening, some trees and stuff. And he's like, oh, Corduroy, are you in for it now? And he starts walking a little bit towards, just sort of pushing himself through the snow. And before him, out of the side of the snow comes the shape of a cabin. And he's like, oh, well, look, it's a cabin. It's a cabin. And he runs over to it, and he tries the door, and it's not locked. It's pretty stuck, but he yanks, and he gets inside of it. And it looks like it's been abandoned for a while. He's like, oh, Corduroy, your ass is saved, thanks to this cabin. And he looks around. It's a fairly simple structure. It's looks like it's one room plus attached sort of outhouse room, bathroom thing, and a little kitchen area that's off to the side. And it's got a big fireplace in the center of the room. And there's some wood around there too. Looks like, as I said, it hasn't been used for a while. It's sort of pushes through some old cobwebs and stuff, but it's icy cold in there, obviously. And he puts all the logs in the fireplace, and he pats his pockets. And fortunately, Corduroy is a smoker. He's got cigarettes. He's got a lighter, and he lights the fire in the fireplace. So before long, Corduroy, the room's pretty warm, and he's like, Corduroy, you living good now. You out of the arms dealing business. At least I have no idea where I am, but it's obviously a different place. It's a different. I was there before in London. It wasn't snowy. Here it is snowy. This obviously is a different place than before. And he sees there's a little bed there on the side of the room, and he comes up on the bed and goes to sleep. And then in a little while, he's woken up by the sound of like this show kind of a sound, a big pounding against his door kind of a sound. And he looks up and he realizes that he's projecting some sort of shield around the house that's protecting it out of his hands. And he's like, what is this magical power that I have? What's going on? I don't know. And then he looks out the window of the cabin. He sees that outside there are other people who are using the same sort of power, and they're using it with their hands. They're shooting the shit at him, and they're trying to blow up his cabin. Trying to get at him. He's like, "What the hell?" Uh, and he still got this shield projecting out of his hands, and he realizes he can feel this power running through his body. And that it's sourced into the ground. There's veins of this power running through the ground, like veins of ore in the ground. And that some of the veins are thicker and some of them are thinner, and he can grab onto them by the bottom of his feet and make this power go up into his body. And he can see, as he looks with a sort of alternate kind of vision outside the window, that the other people out there are doing the same sort of thing, and they're shooting the same sort of shit that he's using at him. He's not quite sure how it was that he was put the shield up because he was asleep, but he figured his body must do it automatically. And he says, "Well, Corduroy, out of the frying pan and into the fire. It looks like you ain't out of the arms business. You may be out of the arms dealing business, but you still got to fight. Lordy, Lordy." And so then he keeps the shield up, and he sort of says, "Well, let's see how much of this stuff I got in me." And he tries to direct a little bit more power on the bottom of his feet. It comes smoothly up from the ground. In fact, he's able to direct quite a bit more power. And he pushes the shield out away from him towards the people out there shooting at him. There's two main guys out there that look like very similar, at least from a distance. And he goes, "Well, if I get those two main guys, the rest of these guys will just run away." So he pushes the shield straight at him. Meanwhile, they see the shield coming at them, and they team up together to make a big sort of a hammer shape of this power stuff. And it hammers down on his shield that he's pushing at him. But the hammer breaks, and the two people are knocked over by the shield. And Corduroy, I'm not sure what it did to him, whether it killed him or not, but they're on the ground lying there now. Everybody else who's out there, it seems a lot weaker than those two guys, they sort of stop shooting arrows and shooting their magic bolts and shit like that, and just sort of stand there. So Corduroy brings the shield back close to him, and he opens the door of the cabin and says, Hey, I'm Corduroy. Don't shoot me. I'm coming out." And they all kind of murmur. And so he walks out toward him and goes, "Hello, hi." And they go, "Well," this guy walks up to him and goes, "Hi, my name's Devin. I'm I guess you'd say the right-hand man of the kings. Now, you just killed the old kings, so that makes you generally considered to be the new king, would be the general rules of succession around here." And Corduroy is like, Whoa. I just got out of the arms dealing business. I don't want to get into the king business. That sounds like a lot of work. I was thinking maybe just settling down here in this cabin." And Devin says, "Oh, well, Mr. Corduroy, Your Majesty, listen, we got to have a king. The strongest person's got to be the king. Those two, the twins, as they were known before you killed them, were the strongest people around here. You just killed them. Bada bing, bada boom, aka ipso facto, you're the new king. Okay? So you got no choice in the matter. You got to be king, or else we're kingless. And then what are we going to do? We'll just be taken over by all the neighbors, and they'll come and kill us all, take over our land." And Corduroy goes, "God damn it. This is just like the people I used to sell arms to. You always complaining about the justice of your cause. Well, fine, all right, I'll be your king. Go on, let's go back to your city and show me where my castle is." And so Devin says, "Okay, come on, everybody bow down to the new king." Everyone gets down on the knees and goes, "Oh, hail King Corduroy." He goes, all right, enough with the rigmarole. Let's get moving. Come on, it's cold out here." And Devin says, "Well, King Corduroy, you can use your power to make yourself warm." And Corduroy says, "You don't say." And Devin says, "I do say." And Corduroy says, "You don't say." And Devin says, "I do say." And Corduroy says, okay, then let me try it. And he makes himself a special warming shield of power all around him to warm him up. Now, when they get to the city, Devin goes, okay, listen, everybody else who's normally in the fighting team there, all you archers and you lance people, you weaker magic users, you guys go on home, take it easy, have some potato salad. Me and King are going to go to the castle where the castle people are. And then I'll go, okay, we'll see you later. So Devin and Corduroy go to the castle, and Corduroy's like, hey, these are some pretty nice digs. I like this castle. It's shiny. And Devin says, yes, it's made of the precious white stone called whitened stone, which is a very magical stone in that it's the only stone in all the world that is not susceptible to the power. You can shoot as many power bolts of this as you want, but it won't work. It won't break it down at all. It'll still stay standing up. And so Corduroy's like, well, that's good to know. I bet that'll come and be a factor in this story at some point. And Devin was like, yeah, it does seem relevant, doesn't it? Anyway, Corduroy then is led to the Grand Hall. And there's a big table there. And Devin says, now, normally when the kings got back from battle, they sit down for their feast of celebration after having killed somebody, because any intruders into their kingdom, they went out to kill immediately. And would you like to have a feast now, too, since you won? And Corduroy, who hadn't eaten in a while, realized he's starving. He said, yes, I would, actually. Let's sit down and have some dinner. Devin, sit down here with me and have some dinner. You seem like a good fellow. You seem like a helpful guy. And Devin's like, well, that's what I am. I'm the ingratiating ENFJ, who's the FE wielding right-hand man of the king. And Corduroy says, well, that's wonderful news. I always wanted an ingratiating ENFJ to yes man me. And Devin says, well, yes, sir, your majesty. That is exactly the role I will fulfill. Now let's sit down and eat. He says, chop, chop. Veronica, come here. And this girl comes, and she's about like 22 and very, she has long brown hair and big INFJ eyes and long eyelashes, because she had eyelash extension surgery from the local wizard. And she's got a big old booty and long legs, and she says, hi, Devin. Oh my goodness, where are the kings, John and Bod? And Devin says, oh, those evil kings are dead. We have good King Corduroy now. You're going to be a good king, right, Corduroy? And Corduroy goes, yeah, I'm going to be a good king. Of course, I'm a good king. What do you think, I'm going to be a bad king? And Devin says, of course not. No, of course you never think that. And Veronica says, you're the new king? And Corduroy says, I sure am. And you must be Veronica. And Veronica says, yes, I am, your majesty. Let me just tell you, you are a very striking fellow. I've never seen a man quite so dark in skin color as you. And Corduroy says, the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. And Veronica goes, tee, you're so funny, Corduroy. And she hits him on the shoulder. Now, at this point, Corduroy knows he's in like Flynn, but he's feeling a little discombobulated about all this stuff. He says, well, Veronica, I'm hungry, I gotta tell you. And I appreciate your thing, I am so funny. But right now, I'm hungry, especially for food. Can we make some of that food happen, please? And Veronica goes, of course, your majesty. And she chops her hands like that. And out comes all these servants with all this food. There's a roast turkey and a roast pig. There's a roast turkey stuffed inside a roast pig. There's a roast porpoise with a roast pig stuffed in it, with a roast turkey and a roast chicken stuffed in it. And then there's stuffing. There's stuffing galore. It's like shit tons of stuffing and shit tons of cranberry sauce. It's totally like Thanksgiving dinner. And there's a big bowl of salad in the middle. And everybody just poured flagons of wine. And Cora goes, well, damn. Why did you have to cook a porpoise? And it doesn't even smell good, he said. Get that porpoise out of here. I don't want this dead porpoise on our table. And Veronica says, oh, sorry, man. She's sorry. Get that porpoise out of here. Tell the servants. And they get it out of there. And she goes, sorry, Majesty, you know, John and Bod really liked baked porpoise. And he's, oh, that's okay, Veronica. Well, what's your job anyway? And she says, well, you know how Devin's the ENFJ right-hand man of you? And he goes, yeah. Well, I'm the INFJ left-hand woman of you. And he goes, really? And she says, yes, that wasn't a job before, but I like you, now it is. And he goes, well, shit, I like you a lot too, Veronica. And she goes, I know, I'm an INFJ. You can't help it. And he goes, really? And she goes, yeah, let's go fuck. He goes, Veronica, that is too vulgar. What? In this, you're not on the same planet as before. Here, that means let's go look at the view at the evening time when we're at sunset. And he said, all right, let's go look at the sunset. They go look at the sunset. And he goes, now, you're telling me that we're fucking right now in your time and place here, and that's what that word means? Yes, right now we are fucking. We are fucking, and the sunset is beautiful. And he goes, okay, because you know that means something different where I'm from. She says, really? What does it mean? And he says, well, sometimes, baby, when a man feels very strongly about a woman, he puts his special thing in her special place. And she says, Dee, you're so funny. Let me take off my clothes now and you can hump me. And he goes, what does hump mean here in this damn place? And she says, it means fuck the shit out of me, Corduroy. And they both had a big laugh about it. And then they went in the bedroom and he fucked the hell out of her. The end. Well, that was an exciting bedtime story. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed your bedtime story. Okay, I'm going to smoke a cigarette with y'all before I go to bed. Well, my stories tend to end the same way, don't they? My stories do tend to end the same way. Some chick gets banged in the end of the story. That's how my stories end. Thanks, breathe easy. I make myself laugh when I tell those stories. I'm getting myself another cup of coffee if you're wondering what I'm doing. So, this is the last cigarette of the evening before I go to bed. I like Matthew's initial comment coming in. Oh yeah, it ends in sex. They all end in sex. I don't know. When I start telling bedtime stories and I start pretending, which is basically what I'm doing when I'm telling a story, right? I'm pretending. I naturally end up putting a chick in the story, and she naturally ends up being like eager to please, I guess you'd say. What's the stuffing stuff with? Good question. More stuffing is the answer. More stuffing, but a different brand of stuffing. So the main stuffing is stovetop, right? Naturally, but the stuffing is it's deviled stuffing. they puree the stuffing and then insert it back into stuffing form. So tomorrow I'm getting my Adderall. That should be interesting. It's been a while. I'm going to go and get it, and I'm going to take it, then I'm going to be on speed. No, you've got it wrong. It's the horse that's mumbling. It's a horse mumbler. If the story were to continue, it's like there would have been some sort of attack, but his castle would have made it impossible for him to get in, but he couldn't get out either, so he would have had to go outside and then fight them, but he would be stronger than them and beat them. Everyone would cheer because it would be the bad king. And then Veronica would have sex with him again. Veronica would go down on him, and she'd be like, Ekana. And he'd be like, oh, Veronica. She'd be like, oh. And he'd be like, oh, Veronica. It would be like that. All right, I think I should pull one more bong rip before bed. I'm going to let you guys choose the weed. Any of you chooses this weed first. They don't all, not, in stories that are more serious. If I'm actually writing fiction, they don't. There's this. This is the Super OG. That's choice 1. This is the Daniel LaRusso. I like that. Breathe easy. That's the Daniel LaRusso. That's choice 2. This is the DJ Short Blueberry. And this is the Vanilla Frosting. Super OG, Daniel LaRusso, DJ Short Blueberry, or Vanilla Frosting. You choose, my bong rip. Oh, it's chilly. Nobody's going to choose it, huh? I just have to choose it myself. How sad for me. How sad for me. Vanilla frosting. Vanilla frosting it is. Hi, old mate McGraw. You missed the bedtime story. It was full of chills, thrills, laughs, and tears. It was amazing. Probably wasn't much of a tearjerker, actually. I don't think it jerked many tears. May have jerked something else, but I don't think it jerked many tears. All right, I'm gonna smoke the vanilla frosting right now. It's a marijuana I purchased today in Venice Beach area. It was only $25 an eighth, which is cheap-ish. But there was the exploding rock amulet one. That one needs a follow-up to ending to it where they defeat the bad guys. Yeah, that's a good one. It's a good choice on the bong rip there, Bacon. Thank you. Good choice indeed. Let me pull another bong rip of that. It's tasty. Tasty weed for $25 an eighth. My little buttercup has the sweetest smile. Gee, little buttercup, won't you stay a while? All right, here's a big. This is a Here we go. Yes, breathe easy. You must capitalize the RIP for your pun to make sense. Well, and see, like, that was probably the bell ringingest bong rip I've had all day. You're welcome, because I understood your joke once you had capitalized it, and I didn't the first time. All right then, friends. Good night, sweethearts. It's time for me to go because I need to get a good night's sleep. Tomorrow I'll be on speed, and you know what that means. Pew, 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 pew. Lots of action. Pew, pew, pew. Like that. Oh, yeah, you're going to say, oh my God, Eric's so tweaked out. You're going to be like, that's amazing. So good night until then, and see you tomorrow.